This is Boston 8576 coming at you. The Rigondeaux Lomachenko fight. I hear a lot of people, talking about the Rigondeaux Lomachenko fight. I listen to a couple videos. I listened to 78 video. I seen his video. I seen Ego's video, and I know 78 pointed out that they said that they were going to take Rigondeaux' belt. His belt's at 122 if he lose at 130 against Lomachenko, which I don't see why that makes sense. He's not fighting in that weight class. He's fighting at 130, not fighting at 122. He's not defending his titles. So anyway, that's kind of weird and not fair to Rigondeaux. But I also hear people saying that they think Rigondeaux is going to win the fight, but he's going to lose on the scorecards. There's going to be some shady things on the scorecards, and even Rigondeaux talked about that he's going to be fighting against the system. So my thing is this: either Rigondeaux needs to not take the fight, because if you know all this information that you're fighting against the system, and you know that even if you win, you're going to lose on the scorecards, just don't take the fight, man. Because Rigondeaux don't have to take the fight. I mean, it's 2 weight classes above you. You don't have to take the fight. But if you're going to take the fight, I see that you pointed out the situation that you're in, far as you think you're going to be fighting against the system, and that may be the case. But that tells me that you got to have a mindset of going in there trying to destroy Lomachenko, man. You can't sit back and throw one punch at a time, because Rigondeaux is known for trying to look for the perfect shot, and usually he finds the perfect shot. He beat Nodito Donaire. I think he injured his eye socket. He injured a couple other people in the eye sockets and broke a couple noses. So, he usually finds the target that he's looking for. But against Lomachenko, what I see against Lomachenko, Donaire's problem was he was trying to take, Rigondeaux out with one shot, and he was just walking towards Rigondeaux and wasn't doing anything, wasn't using his jab, wasn't using feints. He was just thinking he was a bigger guy, and he was just going to walk at Rigondeaux and just, take Rigondeaux out. He did drop Rigondeaux in the fight. See, my thing is this: Lomachenko moves around so much. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes he moves around too much, but he moves around so much that Rigondeaux may have to come after him. Because right now Rigondeaux is down. Rigondeaux going up 2 weight classes, so the strength factor is going to go with Lomachenko. Lomachenko is taller. Lomachenko is naturally a bigger man. And while Lomachenko has not displayed a lot of power, he's going to look powerful in this fight because he's fighting a smaller guy, a naturally smaller guy. So he can possibly stop Rigondeaux. I know people ain't looking at that he can possibly stop Rigondeaux because he's going to look more powerful. He's the bigger man. And I think some people are overlooking the fact that this man is the bigger man, and Rigondeaux is going up 2 weight classes. This is problematic for Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux is taking a big risk, which I respect and I admire that he's taking a big risk. But I'm picking Lomachenko because both of these guys are good. Both of these guys are really good technicians, really good counter punches, understand space. They both had excellent amateur careers. Excellent amateur careers. I think Lomachenko only lost once in the amateurs. I don't know how many times Rigondeaux lost, but I don't think he lost that many times either. And both of them won gold. Lomachenko won two gold medals, if I'm not mistaken. So these guys know how to fight. When you got 2 guys of this magnitude and know how to fight, you have to nitpick. And the nitpick is, which is not really a nitpick, the fact that Rigondeaux is moving up 2 weight classes. He's the smaller guy. So, I know, certain people picking Rigondeaux and say that they, I heard certain videos where they say they hope Rigondeaux win because, the white crowd going for Lomachenko, they don't want to hear them celebrating. They want to have one up on them. But see, I'm not looking at it like that, because I don't get into this whole racial thing, because you're not going to win no racial thing online anyway. A racial thing, if you want to be an advocate or you want to, I guess, fight against racism, you're gonna have to put some leg work in. It's gonna take more than just some fighter winning a fight that you like and you think that, hey, I got one up on the guy that's been a racist, the white guy that's been a racist. No, man, you can't win that online because they're gonna come up with something else. It's always gonna be something else. They're gonna latch on to another fighter. So, to me, I don't even give those guys the time of day, because I'm not finna even entertain you as far as that concerned, because that takes leg work, not just somebody just mouthpiecing and talking, because you really don't know who you communicating with online anyway. So to get into that whole scene of trying to combat or fight somebody that's racist is just stupid online anyway. So I just hope people just get away from that aspect and just worry about boxing, man. If you like a white fighter, you like a white fighter. If you like a black fighter, you like a black fighter. You like a Mexican fighter, you like a Mexican fighter. I like guys that know. I'm picking guys because I believe they can win, and I believe this guy's the better fighter. I'm not picking based on race. If Rigo was the guy that was at the higher weight class and Lomachenko was moving up, I would pick Rigo because when you got two guys that can fight and two guys that are really good, I'm going with the bigger guy. I'm going with the bigger fighter because he has a decisive advantage in weight against Rigo. Rigo is not one of those guys to me that can move up and be successful. He's truly a little guy. Like, he is truly a small man. He's a small man. Now, I'm not saying he can't go up and beat Lomachenko. He could. He could go up and beat Lomachenko, but I got to go with Lomachenko in this fight, man. Lomachenko can fight, man. He's seen every style. Probably 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 times over. Like Rigo. Rigo's seen every style. So, this is going to be a great, great fight. I believe it's going to be more of a chess match. I think Rigo gonna get into what's gonna hurt Rigo is not gonna let his hands go, like really let his hands go, because that's not Rigo's nature. Rigo is a true counterpuncher to where he wants the guy to lead so he can counterpunch him. Lomachenko is gonna let his hands go because that's his nature. His nature is to let his hands go, and his nature is to let his hands go in combination. So he's gonna be letting his hands go, while Rigo is going to be throwing those 1-2s, maybe 1-2s. And that's what's going to get him in trouble, man. He's going to lose on the scorecards due to inactivity. He's going to have to hurt Lomachenko with something to make Lomachenko hands stay at bay. Because if he don't, then you're going to see Lomachenko starting to walk him down. If he can't hurt Lomachenko in the fight, Lomachenko is going to start walking this man down, going to his body. Because Lomachenko goes to the body very well, very well. He will go upstairs and downstairs with his combinations. And that will be bad for Rigo fighting. Are you already fighting a guy that's bigger than you, not a bigger man that's going to your body? See, if anybody know anything about fighting and fighting a bigger man, see, I'm not saying I'm all that. And I didn't have a crazy career in boxing. I lost a fight. And I had another fight, no contest, because the guy headbutted me. But I fought professional fights, and I had some amateur fights, and I sparred countless times in sparring. When you spar with a bigger man, and that bigger man start going to your body, he wears you down.